When a student steps on the campus of a university, the history of that university becomes their history. In 1943, the University of Kansas City had its second artist in residence, an Austrian-born painter named Joseph Fleck. And he came from 1943 to 1945, and it was agreed that he would teach art classes and he would leave behind a series of murals on the third floor of the Liberal Arts Building. He titled those murals Campus Scenes. They are also known as the Seasons at the University of Kansas City. Each panel of the mural represents a different season. In this panel here, we have springtime at the university. The young boy who's painting, his name is Andy Saffis. Andy was an art student here at the university, and he was also Mr. Fleck's assistant during this project. And so to reward him, Mr. Fleck painted him into the murals. And all of the people in the murals are staff and faculty and students of the university. Now, Andy became an artist himself. In fact, he painted his own mural here at the university. Where Royal Hall sits today, once upon a time there was a large greenhouse. And in 1943, half of that greenhouse was used as a daycare center, and half of it was used as a student union that was called the Kangaroos. And Andy painted a mural on the back wall of the student union that showed Casey Kangaroo swing dancing with students. After he graduated, he went to Hollywood, where he had a short career as an artist painting backdrops for movies. And then he moved to the San Francisco Bay Area, and there he became a famous artist for over 70 years. He passed away just recently in 2017. This panel here depicts the University of Kansas City in the winter. And so here we have boys getting ready to throw snowballs at the girls. And in this painting captures a particular moment in time, because if you notice, the girls are all wearing bobby socks. Bobby socks did not become popular until about 1943, made famous by the devotees of Frank Sinatra. So even though it's winter and there's snow on the ground, the girls are showing their devotion by wearing their bobby socks. The quail that you can see in the top of the photo, those represent a flock of wild quail that lived here at the university for many generations. This panel represents the University of Kansas City in the fall. And this happens to be my favorite panel because it has a nice depiction of the campus pond. The campus pond was on the southwest corner of 51st and Rock Hill, where the Robert Plaster building is being built today. When the Dickey Mansion was built in 1912, they quarried much of the stone on site from that spot. And the hole that was created filled up with water and became a duck pond. And that pond was loved by generations of students. For much of the early history of the university, there was a space crunch. Students didn't even have a place to sit down in between classes. And so the campus pond and the grassy area around it provided that space. You could relax, you could study, you could nap, you could socialize. And this painting here really captures what the pond meant to the students. And if you see on the bottom there, you can see ducks from the duck pond, which of course were also a beloved feature of the students. The maintenance crew, of course, hated them because ducks and sidewalks don't mix, but the students loved the ducks. And you can also see down here in this book an early picture of Casey Kangaroo. This panel represents the University of Kansas City in summer, and it also captures a particular historical moment in time. Before the First World War, all lawnmowers were push mowers, and so you can notice the push mower we have here. And if you think of the acres and acres of grass we have on this campus, how long it would take to mow with a push mower like that. Gasoline-powered mowers didn't become popular until after the Second World War. Also notice quail from the campus flock.